Hello, my YouTube patriots. This is Alex with another Disabled Vet's Perspective. I know I haven't done a little one of these walk-in talks for a couple of weeks because it's been about 2,600 degrees every day, and walk outside and you end up sweating so much you drown in it. But we got a little bit of a northerly breeze, so we're bringing in some of that wind and dry air from the north, so it's actually dry enough to come out here without choking on my own sweat. But anyway, nothing's been going on at all. Yeah. Well, I want to start out by saying I have been hearing a lot about a internet shutdown or blackout. And if it happens, I guess maybe people have to start using the phone calls and maybe writing letters, but it's only supposed to be for about 10 days. So we didn't have it when we were growing up, so it doesn't really matter to me. I can live with it or without it. The only thing is, I think everybody's going to miss me on here, and for that I apologize. But anyway, they're talking about on the 23rd or the 24th of June, with it to be turned back on July 3rd. And the reason that's significant is because, according to the 8chans and the Q team, the QAnon researchers, there's something very large, quite big, that's going to happen on the 4th of July. And apparently it's going to shock the country to the core, but we'll see. I mean, I like to think there's something positive that's going to start happening, but going to have to be patient and wait and see. But anywho, that's that about the internet. And wanted to mention that I don't know what's going on with their tube, but it's bizarre. It's almost like we're willing to destroy ourselves in order to make your life miserable. It's like nobody move or the YouTube gets it. They're holding a gun to themselves. Their stock market price has gone way down. Their revenue has gone down, and it's cutting off their nose to spite their face. We hate you, so we're going to destroy ourselves. I don't understand the logic, but I don't think I have to. I think it's just one of those things that, from a liberal perspective, is beneficial, but I don't know how. I am still a fairly brand new channel, and I noticed that on my last Sunday live show in the morning yesterday, I was up to 89 views, and in the evening I was down to 83 views. So it's like, I guess, the equivalent of Facebook. Somebody unfriended me. But I don't know how you unview something. You know how they always say, I just can't unsee that. Well, apparently YouTube has figured out a way to unsee that. So you can view it and then choose to have not seen it and unview it. So I don't know. It's a magical perspective that they've figured out. Okay, other news. I was just listening to Deb on Truthification Chronicles, and she did an interesting report about a boarding school in Northern California. And apparently this place was raided by the California Highway Patrol. I didn't know they do raids, but also canine units and social workers. And they're giving this school a hard time because it's a Christian school, and they're pissed off basically that the school administration will not let the students experiment with sex. That's what it boils down to. They want the children to be able to have a spiritual and sexual exploration. These people are absolutely maddening. It's just disgusting. We don't need your kids being educated. We need them screwing. And then they want them to screw and get pregnant so that they can kill the little babies and add it to their adrenochrome program or whatever it is that they do with it. But it's frustrating as hell. I don't know when we're allowed to let kids be kids again. And the thing is, they went after this school because it is a Christian conservative school, and there's no other explanation for it. There's a satanic urge by a lot of these leaders to shift this country onto the dark side, and the only way to fight it is to keep bringing people to the light. But excuse me, you hear stuff like this, like from Deb, and Deb is on Truthification Chronicles. She really does some good reports, so if you don't have her, you need to get over there and check her out, because she does a lot of research and does some good work. But this particular story about the state getting involved with boarding schools now, trying to tell them to lighten up on the kids. Pretty soon they'll have it where if you send your kids to boarding school, they're going to choose who they're going to be in bed with, and they're going to get double beds, and they're going to stick everybody together. And if you're a straight heterosexual person, they'll probably get pissed and tell you, well, you need to be with this other person that's the same sex, and you need to learn about it, because they're trying to jam it down everybody's throat. Less than 4% of the country is gay, and I've said it before and I'll say it again, I don't give a damn. I really don't care what somebody is, what their orientation is, what their desired gender is. People figure that stuff out on their own. They make their own decisions. That's what it's called freedom. You do whatever the hell you want. Leave me alone. Let me do what I want. And everybody's happy. But the thing that's killing me is that the government is telling people what they need to do. And they're bitching at these school administrators because they're not promoting sexual orientation and experimentation. It's like, I heard a story a while back about a man that said the teacher wrote him a letter and said that their student they needed a conference because she's concerned that the student wants to wear dresses and is not being allowed. And it turned out that the dress was a large jersey. Apparently the kid had gotten this jersey from a basketball game from one of his idols, and he wore it to school. Well, young kid, full-size man's jersey, it didn't fit. It looked a little bit like a dress. So the teacher had a conference with the parents and said, you need to allow him to experiment with his new gender choice. So the father had a crap and explained to him that it was a damn jersey and not a dress, and the teacher was threatening him with going to court and all this other crap, and Children and Family Services. So I haven't heard the outcome of this, but I'm hoping that it was settled. But it's pretty scary when the teachers dictate to the parents exactly how they're going to take care of their kids. They tried that crap with me. They kept telling them, my wife and me, because we were broke, raising up 2 kids on hand-me-down clothing, and, we had to have food stamps for a period of time when we were down and out. But because of being broke, the school thought that they had the right to tell us how to raise our kids. Well, you're receiving state aid, so you need to be doing this, this, this. Well, I told them, you can kiss my ass. And basically, I've had the opportunity to enjoy a children and family visit. They didn't like me much, but we basically won that battle, because I told them there's nothing on this God's green earth that's going to let them dictate to me how to raise my family. And I raised some pretty good kids, I think. Both of my kids are doing well, and doing better than I ever did at their age. So that's what we hope for as we grow up and as we raise our family, that we can teach them to conquer instead of being defeated. And for us, it was pretty difficult for a while, and because of that, I've been able to educate them on how to do things to avoid the difficulties, or at least to lessen them a little bit. But anyway, I just want to get on here and let you guys know I'm not dead. And I know you guys watch me on Sundays on my live show, but not everybody's interested in the VA issues, and I understand that. If you've never been in the military, you've never dealt with anything in the military, you're not going to probably have an interest in watching Veterans Affairs issues. But that's why I try to get out here, to make sure I wave my hand at my other subscribers that enjoy just hearing me ramble on. But anyway, I guess if you guys have any questions, comments, or otherwise, make sure you put them down there in the comment section. And if you like what I'm doing, remember to hit that like button. It'll either stay there or it won't. Just remember, we can now unsee that according to the YouTube. So anyhow, y'all subscribe if you haven't. Tell your friends about me. And last thing I always say it with me, everybody: stay in the fight.